Kia ora, church.
Morena, everyone.
Soon we're going to be doing a fire evacuation drill here at Village Baptist. And the idea behind the drill is that we'll do it on a Sunday morning with the worshipping congregation in a way that simulates a real event. We've made this video to help you know what you need to do during a fire evacuation, and so that in knowing that, the process will take place in a way that is safe, effective, and efficient. We're also going to take this video and divide it up into chapters to make it really easy for you to find the piece of information that you need down the track.
Now, as a church, we take such events really seriously. It is important that we all know what we need to do, and we need to be able to do that again in a real event. So we need to test our procedures, and we need to make sure that everybody who has a responsibility during the drill knows exactly what they are to do, and they execute their specific responsibilities really well. Furthermore, we are obligated to complete an evacuation drill every year and to comply with the New Zealand Fire and Emergency Regulations of 2018, and we must complete an online evacuation event. When the fire alarm goes, or you're told by the worship leader to imagine the fire alarm has been activated, everyone must immediately leave the church buildings by the nearest marked exit and move directly to the evacuation area located on the grass area out the back of the church buildings towards the back car park. Please don't linger. This is the designated assembly area, which is depicted as the evacuation area in red ink on this map.
Please stay there and don't leave the site until after the all clear has been announced by the head warden and it's safe to return to the buildings or leave the site. Please listen and obey all the instructions that are given by our fire wardens, and please stay calm and alert. We ask that all those who need assistance with exiting the building to first ask their seated neighbour for help, and if additional assistance is required, including the use of a wheelchair, to then speak to their relevant fire warden.
The nearest evacuation point depends on your actual location in the building premises when the alarm goes off. These areas are designated as evacuation zones, and each one will have a designated warden in charge to oversee the safe evacuation of each area.
If you're in the auditorium, as shown in the yellow area, please leave by either of the two marked exits on either side of the stage at the front and proceed directly to the grassed area by the rear car park. This is the assembly area that is depicted in red capitals as the evacuation area. If you can't negotiate the steps for whatever reason or require a ramp for safe exit, then please exit through the church foyer.
If you're in the foyer, as shown in light blue, please leave by the foyer front doors. Turn right and proceed down the concrete pathway to the grassed assembly area, entering by the gate in the fence located just beyond the children's play area.
If you're in the cafe kitchen, shown as the purple area, please leave by the single exit door and proceed down the concrete pathway to the grass assembly area, also entering by the gate in the fence just beyond the children's play area.
If you are in the cafe lounge area, as shown by light yellow, please leave by either of the two marked exits and walk directly onto the grassed area to the assembly area.
If you're in the ministry centre and King's Kids area, shown as the grey area on the site map, please leave by either of the marked exits as the ministry leader advises, since there are two designated exits and it's really important that all children and leaders leave together. All children will be accompanied by their leaders. The church operates 3 evacuation zones. Each zone has its own zone warden, who individually reports to the head warden, who is the MC of a Sunday service. Evacuation Zone 1 is the cafe kitchen and cafe lounge areas. The warden for this zone is the cafe manager.
Evacuation Zone 2 is the auditorium and foyer areas, and the warden for this zone is the sound technician in charge of the communication booth on the day.
Evacuation Zone 3 is the ministry centre and the King's Kids area. The warden for this zone is the Kids Ministry Director.
We'd now like to cover the zone warden responsibilities, and firstly the head warden, who is the MC for the day. They're required to give instructions to the congregation to evacuate the building, and they will do so from the stage using their MC microphone or a megaphone that has been provided for this role. They must put on the building warden high-vis vest and lanyard. They must check that a 111 call has been made, and if they're not sure, make the call themselves or direct someone to do so. They're required to proceed to the assembly area, and they're required also to receive reports from the other zone wardens. Their responsibility includes meeting the first fire and emergency response unit and report the status of the evacuation to the officer in charge, and to report on the state of the evacuation and any other information that is relevant. They're also required to ensure that no vehicle leaves the car park during either a drill or an actual fire emergency itself.
And the responsibilities for zone wardens in zones 1, 2 and 3 first involve that they need to put on the high-vis zone warden vest along with their zone lanyard. They're to ensure that all persons have evacuated their designated areas. For Zone 3, warden only, that's the Kids Ministry and King's Kids area, please ensure that all children are in the company of their leaders. These wardens are to close all the doors in their respective areas and then proceed to the assembly area. Upon arrival, they're to report to the head warden to advise that their zone has been evacuated and to report any other relevant information that that warden may need to know. We thank you for watching this video, and we hope that it is informative and gives you confidence in what you need to do in an emergency here at Village Baptist. Keep safe, and God bless.